How are you?
Bless, how are you?
Good. What was it like being out there on
Sure.
Saturday?
Felt natural. It felt like I ain't skip a beat, honestly. That's how I feel.
What was that process coming back like? Because I remember last season, Deshaun, kind of left it open, the idea of you possibly returning at some point during the season before, eventually at the end of the year, just kind of saying you were shut down and you were focusing on recovering for this year.
Mm-hmm.
When did you know, the injury was maybe a little bit worse than you originally thought?
Shoot, I don't even know. All this stuff that been happening so, quick. But it got pretty bad, I'm back, though, so all that don't really matter anymore. Just happy to be blessed and put in the position I am today, all thanks to the Lord.
What was the final hurdle that you had to clear before they said you could play in a game?
What was it? I think change of direction. Pretty sure just change of direction was like the last stage. But it came natural, supernatural. Everything came fast. I'm glad again to be in the position I am.
Can you go out there and play without even thinking about it at this point?
Yeah, I don't think about nothing at all. I just go play, look at the sideline, feel me, get our plays or whatever, and go play.
You obviously had a good connection with Nico. Practicing with him for as long as you did before you actually got in a game. How much did that help, and how natural did it feel to be getting passes from him?
Nico's a great quarterback, so he put the ball on the money. So it's just easy, and I'm a good receiver. Catch the ball when he put it out there and throw it to me. That's all I think about, and it felt pretty natural. But I've been knowing Nico. We have a long chemistry from when we were little, so
yeah,
it's nothing new.
What was that moment like when you were officially informed, you're cleared and you're going to be suiting up?
Happy, excitement. A lot of things built up, going through the recovery process. So seeing everybody get to play and just watching everybody's mistakes or what they are doing good and taking that in, taking a lot of mental notes. So when I go out there, I'm ready to go.
How hard is it to kind of stand on the sidelines with a difficult start to the season like that and knowing I really want to get out there and try and help the team?
Very frustrating, but I got to be the leader on the team and keep everybody up. Can't let none of the noise get to us, especially when we take losses. The losses that we have took, just got to keep going and don't let those get in. And every week, just try to be 1-0.
I don't know whether it was at the end of Costa Mesa or when you guys got back here, but you guys do that sprint drill at the beginning of practice, and you seem to early on when you were starting to get more involved, really running as hard as you can. It looked like everyone's running hard, but you seem to be really bursting. For you, is it just excitement to get back out there and knowing that you can show the coaches, hey, I'm ready to get back out there?
Yeah, for sure. Every time I got the opportunity to go show myself, I try to go full tilt or close to it at whatever my max capacity is that week or that day, and then schedule-wise, because we had to plan out day to day how much I'm going to push and make sure everything goes smoothly. So when I got those opportunities, I took full advantage of them.
Both you and Carter Shaw were kind of out for that first period of the season. Did you guys have extra bonding with each other, knowing that you guys were both trying to work back at the same time?
Yeah, for sure. Everybody in the RCP group, which is the recovery group and come back, return to play group, we all get closer, and you find out more about yourself. I feel like the injury is a learning process and a mental process, and that's really the hardest part about it. Recovering and doing all the physical, all the rehab, all that's you got people to help you with that. But that mental part, as you versus you. I mean, yeah, you could go and get help from the doctors and stuff like that, people that could come, therapists and all that. But at the end of the day, it's you versus you. So as long as you come over that mental stage, then shoot, the sky's the limit.
What did you learn about yourself?
I'm more than a football player. It's way more than a football player. And there's a lot of distractions out there that can deteriorate your route. But as long as you stay mental, your mental is strong, then shoot, you go out there and go back to playing football like nothing happened.
Nico has shown a willingness to put his shoulder down on a lot of runs this year. For a quarterback, he doesn't slide a lot, he doesn't go out of bounds a lot. How does that impact you guys out on the field when your quarterback plays that way?
Shoot, if the quarterback is a beast, you got to be a beast too. Quarterback put his shoulder down and expect nothing less from us, or for us to make a move. He makes moves on people too, stays up, don't let the first person tackle him majority of the time. So if he's doing that, why can't we do it?
What have you guys seen from Penn State early preparation for Saturday's game?
They're a very special team, but everybody could be beat. So we got to keep it like that. We can't let our record, look at us. We're 0-4 going to the game with our heads down. Like, we got to keep it up. Like, we're trying to be 1-0. We're trying to beat them just like they're trying to beat us. So it's any given Saturday. That's the name of the game in football, college football.
One more question, guys?
Yeah, I know you've only played in one game, but what does this offense need to do to start faster and get points on the board, first in a game?
It's 11-man football, so it can't just be one person, 5 people playing their part. All 11 got to play. We all got to come out there swinging, ready to go off the get, first play. It don't even start off with offense or it doesn't start off with defense. It starts off with our special teams first and foremost. So if we on kickoff return, we got to go try to return it. If we on kickoff, we got to go down there and hit somebody, make sure they don't get outside of the 10. So just come out ready to go.
Thanks, Rico.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks, Rico.
Thank you.
You guys have a big opportunity Saturday. What's your excitement level for it, and what's it going to take to get the victory?
Yeah, it's just another opportunity to go win. We flushed the game from last week, this Sunday, so we're fully focused on Penn State, mainly focused on ourselves, trying to clean up the offense, execution, penalties, all that stuff. So it's just another opportunity to go 1-0.
What's it going to take for you guys to get on the board early, take a lead? I know, like, cleaning up penalties, everybody kind of sticking together. What are going to be the keys?
Yeah, I think starting off strong, and I know Coach Skip has mentioned that. That's the biggest struggle for the offense right now is getting on a high note at the start of the game. So if we can eliminate any penalties, any negative plays, and if we can execute on first down, set ourselves up for second and third, I think that's the best chance we have for starting off the first half with some good execution.
We saw once you got rolling, that things kind of clicked in. Do you feel like if you get that early touchdown or whatever, you can kind of snowball?
Oh, 100%. I mean, the momentum is real. We felt it. Got that 2-point conversion right after the touchdown, and then the defense had an amazing stop. So the momentum was there, and if we can have that feeling in the first half, I think we'll set ourselves up for some success.
It's been a lot of games of one half of consistent offense.
Yeah.
For you, why do you think that is the case this season so far?
Yeah, I think part of it is some guys are overthinking things, including myself. We just have to do our job, and it takes 1 out of 11 of us to each execute at our highest level. So I think, and you hear it all the time, and I know I keep saying it, but execution is the biggest thing. And the way we do that is toning in to the snap count, blocking the person we need to block to, run the right routes, be in the right area, to give Nico the best chance to get the ball to us and execute.
How has Tino changed from week 1 now to week 6?
He's the same guy. That's what I appreciate the most about him. He's the same guy, same coach, as passionate as it gets, and he's pushing us hard every day, so I appreciate that.
You mentioned it just a while ago, the redundancy about execution.
Yeah.
How hard is that to, continue to keep at the forefront of your minds and not let it, I guess, get stale and feel like, it's being beaten into you guys, but it's not necessarily producing results?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's getting beaten into us because we as players know we are struggling execution-wise. So it's not like we're executing, but we're being told to execute more. We're clearly not executing at the high level we need to. So we don't feel pressured to execute more and more so each week. We know at what task we need to have. And so now that we're in Big Ten play, the competition only gets harder. So we need to really lock in, tune into the details, and put our best foot forward.
How much confidence do you guys have going up against Penn State, knowing that last year you went into their place and gave them a pretty good fight for most of that game? Does that remove a little bit of the mystery around a team of that quality?
Me personally, I wasn't there when we played. I was hurt, but I was watching the guys on TV, and I was impressed. And I think the biggest key this week is focusing on ourselves. Penn State is a talented group, especially that defense. They got a really good defense, but I think right now we're focusing on executing personally because we're hurting ourselves on the offense. And so they're a really good group of guys, and I don't feel like we have any pressure on us as far as executing against a Penn State that's ranked. It's more so how does UCLA offense execute as a whole.
You guys, first game for the students back this week, I think.
Yeah.
What kind of boost is that to have them out there, creating a lot of noise for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it helps, but at the end of the day, we're not too focused on the people in the Rose Bowl. We're focused on the results we put on the field. But it does help having the students back and bringing the energy. So we appreciate having the whole den out there and rooting us on. So it helps. And on top of that, when we have momentum, the crowd gets louder for them, quiets down for us. I mean, it just helps as a whole team.
Looking at film, what is the difficulties facing a defense like Penn State?
They're physical. They're big up front. They're physical, and they're in the right area. So they don't have too many mental errors. So we just got to kind of capitalize on our opportunities when we get the ball in our hands and see how that goes.
You mentioned capitalizing opportunities. Skipper brought up, the red zone numbers, right?
Yeah.
Settling for field goals.
Yeah.
What's got to be done down there to translate into touchdowns?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, no penalties. We can't go back outside the red zone, but when we're in the red zone, I think we need to come off the ball, and then it's a lot more condensed down there. So tight coverage, so contested catches, just coming down with the ball when the ball's in the air, and in the run game, just getting off the ball, driving, and getting in the paint.
How involved are you in the run game blocking, and what can you do to help there?
Yeah, I mean, as a tight end, you're in the run game, pass protection, so you're like a Swiss Army knife. And me personally, a big emphasis this offseason was run blocking. I'm comfortable in the pass game. I've been comfortable since I've been here in the pass game, coming as a wide receiver. So especially coming off the injury, it was a whole year without blocking anyone. So when I got a chance to kind of start in fall camp blocking people, I wanted to work on my footwork, and against bigger guys like the Big Ten front seven, I think the most critical part is your footwork. So if you could stay low, wide base, and get the first 2 steps in the ground, you'll set yourself up. So that's the biggest thing I'm focusing on every day, every game, trying to improve in that direction.
And we spoke to Rico earlier. You obviously know what
Oh, yeah.
personally know what that's like to have to come back from injury. What was it like just seeing him not only come back but also contribute the way he did?
Yeah. So Rico got his surgery a day before I got my second surgery. So we were catching rides together with our cast brace on. So I was really proud of him. It was cool to see him come back, and he's been grinding in the training room with me. And so his progression, it's been tough, and I know what it's like. But I was really happy to see him out there, and he killed it. He did great. So we're expecting a lot more from him. He's going to be a big factor on our offense. So if we can get him the ball, let's see how that goes.
Were you kind of a support network for each other during the?
Oh yeah, the whole return to play RTP group. A lot of those guys I wasn't really close with before I got hurt, and so it was kind of like a little family we created. And so I was obviously hurt before Rico, so any questions he had, I was able to kind of give him some feedback and some tips. But I'm really happy for him, and he's going to kill it. So it's cool to see everyone that's becoming healthy, started getting clear to play. So I'm happy for them.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Appreciate it. Yep.